Hello students, welcome to online class. Today we'll discuss about list, tuple and dictionary, which is one of the most important part of IP syllabus for class 11 and 12. So without wasting time, we will move forward. So first we need to learn about what do you mean by list. So we will learn first what is called list. List is like a string. List also is sequence of data type. In a string, we have only characters, but a list consists of data of multiple data type. It is an ordered set of value enclosed in square brackets. We can use index in square bracket. Values in the list are called element or item. A list can be modified, that is, it is mutable. That means we can change in future as per our list index works like same as string index. An integer value expression can be used as index. An index error appears if you try and access element that does not exist in the list. Index error, list index out of range. An index can have a negative value. In that case, counting happens from the end of the list. So over here we are discussing about the index. So first we need to know what do you mean by index. Index is what? Basically, index is the positional value of a particular number, character. Suppose we are having the value like 1 2 3 4. So over there this 1 2 3 4 will be the element, and if somebody is asking what is the index value of 1 2 3 4, so that time 1 will be at the starting position, so starting index always be 0, so 1 will be in the index of 0, then 2 will be in the index of 1, and then 3 will be in the index of 2. So like this way we will find out the index of any particular number. List example: L1 equal 1 2 3 4. So list of 4 integer element. With the help of this particular syntax we can be able to assign or declare any list as per our requirement. Second example: Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai. So with the help of this example of statement, user can be able to declare a list of string. Next one is L3, square bracket open and close. With the help of this, user can be able to declare one empty list where during execution we can be able to put any record as per our requirement. Next is L4 equal ABC, then 10 comma 20. It is a different types of element, that means it is called actually a mixed bag list. Example of list: list equal xyz 456 2.23 pnb 70.2. So as per our requirement we can be able to assign any value, any data type as per our requirement. Tiny list equal 123 then hmb. So that means if you follow these two example, you may notice that in the first and the second example at a time we are using string, character, float value, integer value together. Next option is print list. This statement helps to print the complete list, complete set of list. Print list 0. With the help of this option, user can be able to enable or access the first element of the list. Next option is print list 1 colon 3. It helps to print the element second and third position wise. Second and third position wise. Next is print list 2. Then print element starting from the third elements. Next one is print tiny list into 2. Print list 2 times. That means whatever the list will be there, it will be multiplied by 2. Next option is print list plus tiny list. So it will concatenate the list. That means it helps to display the result after joining the list and the tiny list together. Traversing a list. If you want to move from one list to another, from the element through the index, so then it will be known as traversing a list. Using while loop, how we will do that? Using while loop. L equal 1 2 3 4, I equal 0, while I less than 4, print li, I plus equal 1. Finally it will print 1 2 3 4. How it will print 1 2 3 4? That explanation is important for us, so we will see this first. L equal 1 2 3 4, that means we have assigned a list with integer data type. Fine. I equal 0, that means our index value starts from 0 only. Always, as I said, index will be 0. Next option is while I less than 4, that means the condition is when our index value is less than 4. If we consider the element and try to find out the index, so we will get 0 1 2 3. Total we will get 3 index. That means up to third index we will get. We are having 4 element, and always the last index value will be the minus 1 of the last element. So in that way our last index is 3, and according to the condition our index is actually less than 4. So print li. So when the condition succeed, that time it will try to print index wise, it will print, and when it will print the first index, then automatically next time in the next line 1 will be added with the previous index. That means first time it will print the 0 index, then it will add on 0 plus 1, it will help to make 1, then it will print the first index, and then again 1 plus 1, it will print the second index, then the third index. So this way it will continue, and finally we will get our entire. Another example with the help of for loop. Previously it was while loop, now it is for loop. L equal 1 2 3 4 5, then L1 equal 1 2 3 4 5. So we are having two list, two option. For I in L, for I in range 5, print I, then print L1 I, then output 1 2 3 4, then output 1 2 3 4. Actually what we are having two different example. So first, for the first one, for I in L, for the L, so L is having the value 1 2 3 4. So for I in L, so we need to find out the index in L, and then it will print. So one by one it will print. And the next example, for I in range 5, so if we follow L1, so there also we are having the total element 5 only, and then it will print one by one. Both the output will be same, but the presentation is different. Here are the some example of list slices. Example 1. L equal 10 20 30 40 and 50. Next print L 1 colon 4, and it will print us 20 30 and 40. So what is the meaning of this? Because it will print the element from the first index to the third index, because we have assigned the address or the position value of the index 1 colon 4. That means we need to start from 1, because it is actually a range and our range is from 1 to 4. Next option is print L and within bracket only 3 and then colon. That means it will try to print the element from the third index onwards. From the third index, whatever the value will be there, it will print up to that. Next option is print then L, then within square bracket blank space colon then 3. It will print from the 0 index to the second index, just opposite of the previous example. Next option is print 0 colon 5 colon 2. That means what? It will try to print the element from the 0 index to 4th index by with the help of step value. Whenever we will get the starting and the ending position along with another value, that means that third value will be the step value. And what is the use of step value? Basically step value helps to jump or helps to skip from one place to another place. That means first it will try to print the 0 index, and if we follow our list, in the 0 index we are having 10, then in the first index we are having 20, then in the second index we are having the value as 30. If we start applying the step value or the jump value 2, so after printing the 0 index, it will try to print the second index value as far as the list concerned. So from the first index and the second index, it will be 10 and then it will be 30. If we match the result, it will match automatically. And then after the second index, when it will try to print the fourth index, and if we consider our list, and check what is happening or what is there in the fourth index, then automatically again it will match because 50 is there in the fourth index. So this way the user can be able to apply any kind of step value or the jump value with starting and ending position of index. Our next option is append. Append method. It helps to add one element at the end. That means it's a kind of joining function. We can see one example. So L equal 1 2 3 4, print L. It will print normally 1 2 3 4. Now the condition L dot append 5. That means whatever the value was there in L, we will add 5 at the end of that variable. So 1 2 3 4, and then finally it will print 5. We have added only one value, that's why it will print only one time that value only. If we add some other value, it will print. Our next option is extend method. Extend method helps to add more than one element at the end of the list. So we will follow this. So now example, L1 equal 10 20 30, L2 equal 100 200 and 300. Then L1 dot extend L2, print L1. So it will add L1 and L2 together, and final output will be 10 20 30, then 100 200 and 300. And if you want to print only L2, then also it will print the L2 value, that means 100 200 and 300. Pop, del and remove function. For removing element from the list, if index is known, we can use pop or del method. If we want to remove an item with the help of index value, that time we can be able to use pop or delete method. If the index is not known, then we can be able to use remove method. With the help of remove, it will helps to remove the element. To remove more than one element, del option will be appropriate for us. With the help of del, with list slice can be used. Some of the example of this method: we are having a list 10 20 30 40 and 50, and if we apply L dot pop, so it will remove the last index element, that means 50 will be removed. L dot pop within bracket 1, so it will use the list index, that means the first index it will be removed, that means 20. L dot remove 10, that means element twice if you want to remove, so it will remove 10 and it will print from 30 and 40, because 20 already we have removed as well as 50 also. Just before we remove 10, then 20 is not there, so only 30 and 40 will print. Our next option is delete. Example of delete: we are having a list as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and if we apply del, then L 2 colon 5, that means we are providing actually a range. That means on the basis of range we can be able to remove this item or the element. So it will print 1 2 6 7 and 8. Our next option is insert method. It is used to add elements in between. That means in between we can add on any value as per our requirement, but it depends on the index. We are having one example list 10 20 30 40 and 50, then L dot insert 2 comma 25. That means what, in the second index we want to add or insert 25. Second index means in between 20 and 30. In between 20 and 30 we are going to insert 25, because before inserting we are having the second index 30 only, but now instead of 30 we want to add 25 in that position. So it will print 10 20 25 30 40 50. Our next option is sort and reverse method. Sorting is what? It is used to arrange in ascending order. Ascending order is actually the default order of sort function. And reverse, it is used to reverse the list. Here we can follow the example. L equal 10 8 4 7 3, L dot sort, print L. After sorting, it will print. As we came to know, In short option, ascending is the default order. That's why it will start printing from the lowest to highest. That's why 3, 4, 7, 8, 10. L dot reverse, it is just opposite of that. It will try to print the things in the opposite mode. That means descending order, highest to lowest. Here is an example of linear search program. Here we can see the example list as 428937 x equal int input, enter the number to search, found equal false for I in range len list if list index double equal x. That means as far as our inserted number is match with the list and also index wise, then it will found true, then it will print found at that much position within bracket x comma y. X will be the value and I will be the index. Print list, after that it will print the list. Break if it is not found. If found double equal false, print is not in the list. If our inserted number is not in the list, then it will print not found or it's not in the list. Here is the example output. Enter number to search 8. We are having the list already explained 428937. So from there I want to search 8. So we can see it 8 is available in our list. So after pressing 8, we will get the output 8 found at the second position. If we follow the list, we can see that 4 in the 0 index, 2 in the first index and 8 is in the second index. So correct result. Our next option is tuples. We saw earlier that a list is an ordered mutable collection. There is also an ordered immutable collection. That means tuple is basically immutable collection. That means we can't be able to change the thing in case of a tuple. In Python, these are called tuples and look very similar to list but typically written with parenthesis instead of square bracket. Parenthesis means that round bracket I want to mean. So here is the example. That means it will clear the doubt between list and tuple. A list equal 1, then 2, then 3.0. We can see this 1, 2 and 3.0. These are the actually three different items. A tuple equal 1, 2, 3.0. That means what? Purpose wise, tuple and list are performing same thing only. Similar to how we use list before, you can also create a tuple. The difference being that tuples are immutable. This means no assignment, append, insert, pop, etc. we can be able to apply. Everything else works as it did with list, indexing, getting the length, etc. Like list, all the common sequence operations are available. So these are the basic differences between list. Example of tuple, it will clear our doubt. Tuple equal ABCD, example of string, then 786, it is an integer value, 2.23 floating value, then John, another example of string, then 70.2, another example of float value. Tiny tuple equal 123 and John. Next option, print tuple. So it will print the complete list. That means the tuple from ABCD to 70.2. The entire things is going to be print. Next option is print tuple 0. So it will print the first element of the list. That means 0 is the index. So in the 0 index or the first position, whatever the element was there, it will print. Next option is print tuple 1 colon 3. It will print elements starting from second till third. Whatever the element is there, it will try to print up to that much portion only. Print tuple 2. Print elements starting from the third elements. Print tiny tuple into 2. It will print the list 2 times because it is multiplying by 2 only. That's why 2 times. Print tuple plus tiny tuple. It will concatenate the tuple and the tiny tuple and show us the result. The following code is invalid with tuple because we attempted to update a tuple which is not allowed, as I said before only, because tuple is immutable. Similar case is possible with the list also. Here is the example: tuple equal abcd and 786 2.23 John and 70.2. List is also having the same value, same thing. Tuple 2 1000, invalid syntax with tuple. List 2 equal 1000, valid syntax with the list. So that means what? Tuple 2 equal 1000 is going to be invalid because we are going to change the element in the second index. According to the law or the rule, tuple is immutable, so we can't do this. But list is mutable, so we can do this thing. That's why it's a valid list or valid. Now here we'll discuss about the difference between list and tuple. So in case of list, a sequence of values of any type, whereas in tuple are sequence of values of any type. That means in case of a list, we can we maintain a sequence? We can't also. In case of tuples, we need to sequence of any type. In case of list, second point, values in the list are called item and are indexed. Over here in tuple are indexed by the integer. List is mutable, tuple is immutable. Example of list, it is enclosed with the square bracket, whereas in tuple it will be enclosed with the round bracket as well as the parentheses. Here is the example of tuple spam 20 13.5. Here is the example of tuple 2.4 dictionary. Python's dictionaries are kind of hash table type. They work like associative arrays and consist of key value pair. Dictionaries are enclosed by curly braces and values can be assigned and accessed using square brackets. Commonly used dictionary method: key, it returns an iterable of all keys in the dictionary. So the first element of a dictionary is keys. Next, values, it returns an iterable of all values in the dictionary. Next is items, it returns an iterative list of key and value. Here is the example of a dictionary. Dict equal name, then Ram, then code 1234, then department KVS. That means we are going to create a dictionary. So over here, first we need to mention the field name and then the value. That means key and value together. So name is Ram, code is 1234, and the department is KVS. Then print dictionary. It will print the complete dictionary. Next option is print dict.keys. It print all the keys only. Next option is print dict.values. It will print only the values. Print dict.item. It will print only the item. Now here we will follow or match the output as far as the command given before. So for the first option, print dictionary, we can follow this. It will print the entire thing. Department KVS code 123, then name the RAM. Next option was print all the key. That means only the field we want to print. So it will print only the field like department, code and name. Next option is we want to print only the value. So it will print the value, means the information KBS 1234 and RAM. Next option is we want to print the dictionary items. So department, code, name along with the information it will print. There is a second way to declare a dictionary. So now we will see how we can be able to declare a dictionary in another way. Sound equal dictionary, then dog equal bark, cat equal meow, snake equal hiss. So print sound dot keys. So it will print all the keys. Print sound dot values. It will print all the value. And in the output we will get, first we will get the key like cat, dog, snake. Next we will get the value meow, bark and hiss. A few things we already saw on the list work the same for dictionary. Similarly to how we can index into list, we use the key to access specific elements in the dictionary. There are also a number of methods available for manipulating and using data from the dictionary. Len D gets the number of items in the dictionary. For example, print len DICT. That means it will help to print the length of the dictionary. Key in D means dictionary. Check if K is a key in the dictionary. Print name in dictionary. That means with the help of this we can be able to check whether the name key is available in the dictionary, and the output will come either true or false. D.pop key pops an item out of the dictionary and returns it, similarly to how list pop method works. So dictionary.pop name. Now we will go for question answer round. For an example, one question we can ask: which error message would appear when index not in list range? Answer will be index error, list index out of range. That means we have a list over there, whatever the index value is available. If the user wants to search or access any particular index which is not available into that list, that time we will get the error message as list index out of range. Second question is, find the output of the following list: XYZ 456 2.23 KBS 70.2. Print list 1 colon 3 and then print list 2. So for the first one, for list 2 colon 3, it will print 456 and 2.23, and for the next one it will print 456 223 KVA 70.2. That means from the second index onwards it will print. Next question is, find the output of the following: L equal 10 20 30 40 50 60 and 70, then print 0 colon 7 then colon 2. That means what? It will try to print on a range from 0 to 7th index by keeping step value of 2. That means first it will print the 0 index, then the second index, then the fourth index, then the sixth index, like this. And here is the output: 10 30 50 and 70. Find the output of the dictionary name RAM code 1234 department equal KVS. So print length dictionary. That means it will help to find out the length of the dictionary. And here the length will print by considering key and the value together. That means if we do that, then we will get the answer as 3. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoy it, then please like it.